Hello everyone, The Clouds here, and today guys I'm going to review a Mega Bloks Dragons set released in 2005 in the US and in 2006 in Europe, or at least in France, and it's going to be of course one set from the Metal Ages subsim, and it's going to be today the the Odaku Armory. So quite a big box for a big set of course, so that's one of the two biggest sets of the subsim. Well, there was not that tons of building toys set, by the way, in this subsim. It was mostly dragons figures, so well, it was a little sad, but at least we got this type of set. So as the box quickly, of course, we got the Mega Bloks Dragons Metal Ages logo, with, as you can see, some nice metal effect with a nice chrome, texture right there, a number of parts, name, age, condition, and of course the set itself with all the characters, the different buildings, the dragon right here, and the mention right there of a light up armory, which in fact doesn't really have any sense because it's just the fire that will light up. And well, what is true on the other hand is the fact that you're going to have 30 weapons in this set, so quite a lot, and also 6 shields. So really nice if you want to put some weapons on your Odaku's soldier. So real quickly the back of the box, and first you can see the different elements in a more detailed way right there. Also the detail of all the weapons and their numbers, so all of each number mode, the number per weapons mode, excuse me. Then the different gimmicks for the different parts of the set, then the gimmicks or play features for the dragon, and then the four warriors you're going to have in this set. And then a little description up there, so I'm going to read it quickly. So the aggressive Odaku create powered weapons and super armor in the Odaku Armory to reclaim the ramparts of Wayusan. And the ramparts of Wayusan is a set that you can see right there with other sets from the Metal Ages subsim, so the 2 little ones, the 2 big dragons, the 2 mid-sized dragons, and the 2 other mid-sized dragons plus the second movie. So that's said, let's move on to the instruction booklet quickly. Right there, parts list, and then what you're going to build and stuff like that, and then a little description of the subsim and all the warriors right there you're going to have in this set in a bigger scale. And I'm going to read quickly, in fact, the description of the subsim, so you will understand how everything works. So, first you got the description of the set, which is not really interesting because I have already read that. So, on the shores of Wayusan, the isolationist kingdom of the Odaku clan use their skills of metal working and ore refinement to create dangerous new energy weapons and impenetrable armor to bolster their forces and prepare for war. The Odaku leader, the Witch Queen Scylla, has subjugated her people and plans to overrun the shaky alliance between Draga and Norvagen by invasion. To make matters worse, the Odaku are in league with vampire-like shadow dragons, sinister creatures who siphon life energy from other dragons and are now on the rampage. With Dragon King Sowan occupied by the evil of Stendhal, the Draga Norvagen Ferroc alliance tensions rising, and the appearance of the mysterious Odaku rebel Goaga, the force of evil are expanding past their borders. So excuse me for my poor English, but you can understand how it works. In fact, it's not the best time to be around in the Dragons universe. The set completed, different gimmicks of course, play features, and then the different sets in a bigger scale. That said, it's time to move on and talk about the figures. So I know that with my French reviews, I made a 30-minute review, and I know that you guys do not like long reviews, so I'm going to try to be quick. So first we're going to have one of the Dragas. So remember, the Draga are an army which was already released before back in 2003 in fact, in the Crystal Wars subsim, and now it's back, and it have a new body mod, which is in fact used on Norvagen and Ferox armies. So in fact, it's a body mod that will be used on on good guys. So well, it's not exclusive to Draga. That's what I want to mean. But at least it's new. Notice the 2 studs on the back, but of course for the legs, arms and head, it's all classic Draga. So I guess it's not really a new mod at all. It's just some old mods, but in a new shiny gold, because well, the old Draga were sometimes they were shiny, sometimes they were not. Here it's really some shiny ones, so quite cool. And well, for the weapons, you got 30 weapons, so I just put random weapons in their hands. They are not shown on the box with weapons, so well, I just choose to put my own. And in terms of articulations, for those who do not know these figures, well, 1 point of rotation on the head, 1 per shoulder. There is no articulations for the hand, and 1 for the leg. Notice also the magnet in their body, which is sometimes useful for the play features, even if here it will not be used. But you have to know that all the figures, the dragon's figures, got a magnet in their body. So, now let's move on to the other army, because it was the only guy in the Draga army. Now let's move on to Odaku guys, the bad guys. With first, a soldier. So of course it features one of the 2 Odaku's body mold, because well, the Odaku shares 2 different types of mold for their body armor, which is quite nice. Notice once again the 2 studs on the back. Once again, it's really pretty well detailed. New molds for the arms also, and notice that the arms are in fact different. The right one is different from the left one, as you can see, so nice idea. And once again, the head, which is a new mod, and you have like 4 or 5 different type of head mold for the Odaku, so this means it's not unlike the old armies where one guy got 1 unique head. No, here is just 4 molds, and well, the guys got them differently painted. For example, some guys got the arms painted in gold, whereas some other guys like this one got their painted in dark gray. And also the legs are armorless. Also notice the weapon, which is one of the new Odaku's weapon. And now let's go to two last things, which are a little more interesting because they feature human heads. Because well, most of the Dragon's warriors got, of course, some helmet on their heads, but some of them got some heads. So, for example, the heroes and bad guys from the Fahrenheit subsim, so Death, Kiwa, and Xenos. And here, well, this new guy, which got a human face, and once again, it's pretty well detailed, and without any big problems. So, nice paint job. There is no problem with the eyes at all. They are not messy or anything like that. And nice mold overall. For the rest of the character, well, the body is the same as previously seen, but you can notice the new type of molds for these weapons, which got 2 points of connection, and this one we got even 3 points of connection, so kind of like 3 handles. So first guy with a printed head, and then second guy with not a printed head but a human head is Scylla, the witch queen of the Odaku. And these 2 guys, we have to notice, were only released in this set. So the body is not new because it was already released before and used by Kiwa, the first female character in the Dragon's universe. On the other hand, the arms are new, so a new mold for the arms, and of course for the head, which look like that. So this thing on the back of the head is quite strange. Of course, it's not her hair. At least I guess it's not her hair, but still it's quite weird looking. But still the paint job is quite perfect. And so that's all for the figures. So well, you do not have that tons of figures, but still you got 2 with human's face, which are unique to this set and are pretty important to the story, because well, that's the queen of the Odaku, so really the bad guy of this subsim. And so let's move on to the dragon, which once again is exclusive to this set and is also quite important in the storyline because it's the Scylla's personal dragon. As you can see, it's quite long, and the mod will just be used this time and no other time, so really rare and quite unique. So, well, first in terms of color scheme, it's mostly orange with some dark orange color sometimes used here and there, but really the shade between the two oranges, the two orange color, is not really that important. Of course, you also got the armored parts, which are in silver color, because remember, the dragons in this sub-theme got armors, and each represent a different type of metal. So here it's the cobalt dragon. I think it's called Slan, by the way. And then a third color will be the brown one used on the pins right there and on the different spikes, which are also made out of soft plastic. Also notice the nice printing on the wings with all the little shapes, which looks gorgeous. And the mold overall is really also quite nice. Then in terms of articulation, well, you got 1 point here, one there, like that on the elbow section. Notice that I think these two parts are in fact not the same mold, so maybe a little asymmetrical. But at least I can guarantee this type of asymmetrical thing for these legs, which can be turned this way and this way, which is quite rare to have an articulation on this point. And notice that here the legs is, well, it's kind of spread in an open way, and it's not the case on this one, which is more like closed on here. Also notice that the two feet are not really the same size. This one seems a lot smaller than this one, which is quite rare, I have to admit. But well, here you go. Then for the head, it cannot be turned on the side, but at least it can be open, and you can notice the details of the tongue and teeth painted. So open, of course, up and down. Then you got the wings and tails, which do not feature any point of articulation or rotation, because they feature some type of flexible plastic. So this means you can move the tail like that, and it will stay in this position, or like that, for example, or like that. And as you can see, it will stay in its position, so quite nice. And it is used on the tail, but also on the wings, which can be moved up like that, for example, if you want, on the sides, or just closed like that. So it's quite hard to at first to try this thing, because well, we are more used to simple articulation or rotation point, but well, it kind of works. So they try to make something different. It's maybe not the best idea, but at least they tried. Then a last thing, and we will be done with the figure, is the different armor parts, which can be put off. So for example, this one on the shoulders can be put off. Also notice that the two armor parts are not the same in terms of mods. As you can see, it's a different type of mod, so I do not really know why Mega Bloks used money on to make two different mods for this thing, because well, this part will not be reused in other sets. So well, it's quite a shame, because the idea of adding armor to your dragons was a nice idea, but they decided to not use it that much. So well, wasted opportunity. This part also can be put off and features the 4 studs to put a guy on it. The same can be said for this part, which can be put off. And finally, the crystal right there, which can also be put off if you want. The crystal also, for information, does not light up or anything like that. And as you can see, the other part here is orange. The belt is not painted in silver, which is quite cheap, I think. But well, obviously you do not spend your time looking at the below your dragon. Well, I guess. At least I hope for you. So that was Slan, the Cobalt Dragon, personal dragon of Stilla, and unique to this set. Some good points, some bad points, of course. But well, now it's time to move on to the set itself. And first, well, the set is divided in 4 elements, which can be taken independently. So first one is this one. Right there. Oh, excuse me, sorry. First, maybe search a word really quickly on my dictionary. Excuse me. And okay, so yeah, okay. I do not have the word in my dictionary, so I might change dictionary in the next review, because this one is quite useless, by the way. But well, I was just talking about the things. Well, I'm going to explain this thing in the review, by the way. So first, we're going to use this base plate, which is a thin and a long one. So I think it's I'm not really used to this type of base plate, but it's quite cool. Also notice that the color scheme is gray and black, which is quite nice, because you can use this type of base plate in many mugs. This means, for example, it's not green or just lava, it's just gray, so it's quite neutral, and you can use it on your mugs. Then the second part of this section is going to be this big part. So as you can see, we're going to have different parts to connect, of course, this part to the base plate. And that's all. Then, of course, you can use this little thing to make the this part, the sweat part, moving. And of course, to move the weapons from the forge to some blacksmith, I guess. And here we go, it's just that way. It's a few parts, turn this thing, the wet parts move, and that's all. So first section, of course not really impressive, but you will see that it will be combined with other parts later on. And well, later on, well, maybe just right now, in fact, because it's time to move on to the second part, which is the fire, which is where the things are made. So first, we're going to have a special base plate, which will just be released in this set, by the way. You can notice the little switch right there, which will be useful later on, and also, of course, all the studs, the parts right there, all the parts is made. So you can have teeth right here, which will be useful later on. Back of the parts, which look like that. Notice the little table right there, I guess, which of course is directly molded to the base plate. And then the only part which is not molded to the base plate is the fire part, which can be put off. And also you have to notice that this part is directly attached on top of two little lights, which will of course come in handy later on. So of course notice the part is of transport orange, really nice, and it can be put off if you want to reuse it in your mugs. So great base plate. Now it's time to move on to the second part, which is this time made out of 4 pieces. The first one is another big rocky part. Then the second one is this little part which is useful for the connection point. The third part is the dragon head, which is a new dragon head, not to be confounded or not to be compared with the Portal of Fire's dragon's head, which was a different mold. This one is a new mold, and as you can see also the spines part can be put off if you want. Not very useful, but at least you can put this part off if you want. So of course it's all metal, gold, copper color, quite nice. Notice the eyes, really great. Once again, really well crafted mold. Then we're going to put this part to attach this part right there to the base plate. And well, that's done. It's time to link this part like that. Now, time to link the 3 last parts. First one is, well, this one, which will be the, excuse me, guy. Going to be quick. And no, it's really not professional. Well, the chimney or the fireplace, well, more like a chimney because it's not in your house, of course, obviously. So the last part of the chimney right there, which is made of one big part, then this part to hold the flag, which is nicely done. Of course, it's made out of a fabric, as you can see right there, so it's not plastic or anything like that. You can also notice that you got different type of connection point here and there. So if you want to make a figure to climb this part, you can make that thanks to the connection point. It's quite useful. And also you can notice the 2 studs right there if you want to put a character in there, even if I don't really see the point of that, but still. Notice all the details on the top of the chimney, which is quite nice with all the little bricks and all. And ta-da! We are done. The chimney or fireplace is done and finished. And well, now it's time to make the things work, because you can just press gently the head and the teeth on the switch, and if I put my light off, ta-da! And as you can see, the light is not an uniform light, because as you can see, some sides fade up and then lights on and stuff like that, so it's really nice and will give you the feeling of a warm fire. So quite nice. So not just a light and well, some nice effect to it. And of course you can excuse me. There is not just my dictionary, which seems quite useless. So yeah, you can open or close this thing if you want. So let's move to the third section of this set, which is a little more interesting in terms of construction. Well, not that much, but at least a little more interesting. So we're going to use a traditional base plate this time, not a big one, which you might have seen before, of course, in other sets. Then we're going to link the usual torches with some fire here. Then the walls part. So this part here and this one were already released before. This one is the same mold but a different print, because usually you would have here a window, and as you can see here, it's closed, and you have a new print. I don't really recognize the shade, but well, it's a new print. And on the other side, we got another one with, as you can see, some scrap metal parts linked together. So it's really a nice effect, and of course, with the gold and black paint, it really looks marvelous. Then a new part is the pillars. We already had pillars before in the Dragon's universe, but they were a little more detailed. This one seems a little taller and also, of course, smoother, because they do not feature any lines on the sides of the pillars, of course. So we're going to use 2 here and 4 on the rear section. Then we're going to use this anvil here, which was already released before in the Dragon Mountain, but it was not really a ship set. And here it released in black. Before it was released in dark gray. And then it's time to link the roof parts, which are once again some new parts from the Metal Ages subsim. And of course, the direct inspiration for the Odaku style is the Oriental, Chinese, Japanese style, and you can clearly see that for the roof, which is made with this type of parts, really specific type of design with little dragons, for example, gold. And we're going to have this part, this one, and here. So the two same one and a simple roof part. They are linked thanks to these plates and also thanks to some pins, because as you can see, we got some pinholes on the sides. And you also got some right there, so this means that's all they are linked. Oh no, excuse me, you still got some pinholes here, but you do not have any pins. In fact, they will be linked thanks to some bricks. And well, we're just going to link that right there. And finally, the flag, which is, well, this part is a new part, but this is the first time it was recolored with 2 colors, because as you can see, they got some brown color, well, red brown color, and then some gold color right there. So it's quite unique and quite original. Notice the flag, which is not very new, but at least got a nice emblem. And I think that's not really all for this part, because now it's time to link the 30 weapons. And well, of course, we are not going to link them one by one. We're going to use some new parts, some weapons holder. So this is the brown part behind all the weapons, of course. So well, in terms of point of connection, you got one here, and well, it kind of follows this shape. Then you got a range of connection point here, on the top. Notice the 2 studs here, if you need some studs, I guess. And well, for the weapons, it's mostly Metal Ages weapons, so like the new type of dagger, and also some older weapons like the swans, the spear here, new katanas, old axe right there. And also notice this hammer, which is which just come in well, we just have one hammer, but it's used, of course, to forge the weapon. So we're going to link this right here. And then we have the second part to link weapons, which is this one. So with one range of connection point here, and also some holes here. So once again, some Metal Aegis weapons, some classic axes, axe and spears and stuff like that. So, well, I guess you got weapons for all type of tests. And here we go. Of course, don't forget the anvil, which is hidden behind all the weapons. And finally, the shields, also the shields. So here are the Odaku's shield, which are a new mod. Here's the handle on the back. And as you can see, we got the shape, of course, of the dragon, of the orange one I just showed you, in fact. So, as you can see, the background here is brown. We got 4 with this type of background, and we got 2 shields with a god background. And so this means you got 6 shields in total. So, really nice, because Mega Bloks do not release the shields with their soldiers in this sub-scene. So you really have to buy Stendhal or this set if you want some shields. Which is really a shame, by the way, but well, that's how it is. And so it's time now to move on to the final section of this set. So, well, I guess it will still be about 40 minutes long. So quickly, a little base plate used right there. Then we're going to use these 4 walls, which are not a new mod, but just a new color in some type of dark red brownish color right there. So one here, 2 on this side, and 1 here. Then the 4th wall will be the prison wall, which was already with before in the Portal of Fire set back in 2004. But this time the silver paint is in gold. Of course, you can open this. Notice the details with the little key right here. Notice also the fire camp right there, which is not new but a newer color with some darker color right there. Then some pillars, another big rocky parts used on this side to make, I think, the things longer maybe. Then we're going to link 2 big plates, 2 big bricks, excuse me, to make the 2nd floor. Link some other pillars right there. Link the 1st roof, of course the mod. We have already seen this mod before. And on the other side, we're going to link some walls parts. So on this side and on this one. Here, what this looks like from behind. So of course, it's quite empty, kind of like most of the dragon's buildings, sadly. And then one big part right there, which looks quite weird, but well, is because we're going to link a crane. Yes. So, thanks to this part, like that, you can see some studs here, and then it's going to end with a dragon's head, which is perfectly molded, well, melded, in fact, in this part right there. So really cool. Just have to let it slide, and as you can see, we can turn these things the way we want. Now, I'm going to add another type of roof part, which will go there, like that. And finally, I'm going to link this part and this little chain, and I will finish the crane. Also notice that the wheels are just factice, they are just fake, because we're just going to have to slide the things like that, in fact. But well, it still works at least. And that's all. That's all for this section, and that's also all for the Odaku's armory, guys. So I'm going to put all the parts together. So, well, I may be a little too fast on this section, but well, I think you have understood how it works, of course. If you are not understand how it works, well, feel free to ask questions. So of course, all the parts, like I said, are independent. So this means, well, you can put them the way you want. Right there. All the shields. Slan, the Cobalt Dragon, which will go right there. And then the 4 figures. So the poor, lonely Draga, which seems to have lost himself. Then a traditional Odaku warrior, and then the two human-faced characters, so Scylla, the evil queen of the Odaku, and then her bodyguard, I guess. Even if I think she can defend herself, but still. And well, here we go. So that's the Odaku armory for you guys. So really quickly, you have first to notice that that's one of the only building set in the Metal Ages subsim, because apart from this set, you got the Ramparts of Ryusan, two little sets with almost no building at all, in fact. You got some figures pack with no building at all, at least, with no building elements. And then you got some exclusive European sets, but they featured Norvagen and Draga armies, so they don't really count, even if the sets are quite good. And then you got two other sets from which were exclusive to the US, which also feature some construction, but not that much. So in fact, that's one of the only construction sets in the Metal Ages universe, or well, at least subsim. So that's first quite interesting. Then we got all the elements. So let's begin first the figures. 4 figures, not that much, but we got 2 exclusive and human-faced characters, which is quite important and unique. Plus, it's important characters. I mean, it's the queen of the Odaku, so it's not nothing. It's not anything, excuse me. So, well, very nice. Just a lack of characters, maybe the lack of a cape for her, because she seems a little, well, you know, a little powerless with just this thing. I guess a cape will really look good on her. But apart from that, a great selection of figures and unique figures. Then you got the dragon, unique mold, which will not be reused in later subsim. So really unique, nice articulations, still some problems here and there. So maybe for maybe the shape of the asymmetrical feet, or also the type of articulations used for the wings. But well, at least they tried. But still, it's a unique dragon. Plus, it's also the dragon which will be used on all the flags as an emblem. So well, it's quite an important character also. And then you got all the elements. So well, you got first these 2 elements, which are quite cool in terms of gimmicks. You can move this thing if you want. You can light up the fire, which looks great. The head looks great. The chimney looks great also. So seriously, in terms of construction, it's quite poor, but in terms of design, it's once again quite great. Then you got this element with the famous 30 weapons. So of course, if you want weapons and shields, because let's not forget we got 6 shields, it's the perfect set for that. So really great selection of weapons, and also a nice selections of parts. So like the walls with the new putted elements, the roof parts, which are really beautiful, and I think they would just be reused in some Pirates of the Caribbean set, because yes, Mega Bloks had the license before Lego got it, and they released some nice set with it. And then the flag, which is also quite unique because it features 2 colors. And finally, this element, which features 4 types of structure, because you got a jail, an open space, a closed space, and the crane. So overall, a nice display of play features right there, and overall a great set. So of course, it's not perfect. I mean, you got some bad points like the lack of construction, the lack of figures and stuff like that for the price you have to pay. I guess it was like 40 euros at the time. And well, but seriously, even if you accept that, it's still a great set because it's quite unique. It got many unique parts and many rare parts, nice figures which also are unique and rare. And overall, it's a great set. Nice of many play features also, many weapons, many interesting parts. So overall, it's really a great set. And if you find it at a cheap price on eBay.com, well, you can go for it because it's really a great Mega Bloks set, and it's also quite unique because I mean it's not a castle, it's not a vehicle or stuff like that. No, it's an armory, and well, it's unique because apart from the fire part of the Dragon Mountain, there is no other type of set like that. So it's really a great one, and I can really advise you to buy this one if you find it at a cheap price. And well, also if you want to complete your collection, your dragon collection, it's really a must-have set, at least in my opinion. But once again, if you have different opinions or questions, well, feel free to ask them or post them in the comments section of this video. I will happily answer them. And that said, well, see you later for another video review. Bye bye.